She's in Brussels to convince European governments to move on with Brexit. But what about the small matter of convincing her own MPs after the defeat in Parliament last night?
We have won 35 out of our 36 votes on the EU withdrawal bill. It is making good progress in the House of Commons, and that means we are on course to deliver on the sovereign vote of the British people to leave the European Union, and that's what we'll be doing.
She's temporarily escaped the bitterness back home. Some Conservative rebels today accused of celebrating last night's vote with champagne.
Nobody on these benches who voted against the government took any pleasure in that. But nobody drank champagne. Nobody drank champagne, not on these benches. So let's just nail that one. These are serious matters.
But some of her colleagues who stayed loyal to the government are furious with the rebels.
The cheers of the Labour Party are still ringing in my ears, so they gave Jeremy Corbyn an early Christmas present, and they gave the Prime Minister a bloody nose and then sent her to Brussels to negotiate the next part of the negotiations. They have not come to terms with the vote of the referendum in June of last year.
As EU leaders arrived in the grand European HQ, there was brutal realism about Theresa May's position.
This is not good for Theresa May because it makes the agenda is not going to move. So as soon as she negotiates something, she will need to go back to London to get an approval from the Parliament, and this is not making her life easier.
But sympathy too.
There's always somewhere in Europe where governments are losing votes, but we don't operate on that basis. We operate that so long as a government is a sovereign government, that they represent their people, and we negotiate with them on that basis.
The plan is that soon Britain will no longer have a seat here, and Theresa May was late to this gathering. The 27 EU leaders plan a united front to face the British Prime Minister, who has a fight on her hands here and at home.